we're looking at the very basics of RxJava. So RxJava will pretty much replace all your async tasks and threads. What RxJava does is it pretty much just is an easier way to do threads. So you can switch from the background thread to the main thread very easily, and also you don't have to create an entire class just to have a background thread, and also it will cancel itself out when you change your activities. So you know those threads that stay there when you switch activities, this will cancel itself out within your life cycle. So the first thing you need to do is go on GitHub and go to ReactiveX Rx Android and just paste these into your Gradle bin. And that's it, your build.gradle. And we're just going to get started. We're going to take a list of strings. We're going to filter them on the background thread. And then our final goal is to, on the main thread, to set our text view as one of the items. Our main class I'll use is observable, and the method that we are using is from array. We're just gonna give it a few names, so Ted, Ryan, and Billy. Now we're going to subscribe to the data that we gave. We're going to subscribe and we're going to run this data. Now we're going to do now I'm putting on next here because in RxJava on next means the next iteration in our data. So if you have a list, in our case, on next is to this index, and then the next one is this one, the next one is this one, somewhat like a for loop. And right now we're just going to print that out. Oops. I'm gonna run that. See if that works. While we're waiting for that, we can also do other things like filtering our list, and now they just printed. So now there are other things we can do, like we can filter our list. Just like how we can do filter on a regular list, we can filter with this. We can do things like we have the item and we're going to make sure item equals Ted, right? And run that, and we're going to see if that gives us only Ted. But what if we want to make this faster? We'll have to put this in the background thread. So how do we do that? We have to make it subscribe to a thread. So we're going to do .subscribe on. That makes the entire operation of our thread onto one thread that we specify. And we're going to specify schedulers.new thread as a new background thread. And now everything is going to be in the background thread. Now the problem with that is this is going to be on the background thread, and we don't want that. after we turn to a text view, which I'm going to do right now. So now that's going to be in the background thread. We don't want that. We want it on the main thread because whenever we change something within our views, we want it on the main thread. So we want, observe on. And what observe on does is it specifies the thread, so we can do Android schedulers and put it as a main thread. This, you may be thinking, oh, 2 threads, how are you going to do it on 2 threads, the background thread and also the main thread? Well, no, observe on, how it works is it creates the main thread and it only allows the code to run on the main thread from this line down. So the subscribe is going to work, the subscribe on is going to work with all these all of these, but then observe on is going to say, no, I want this as the main thread and also this one. So this is going to be in the main thread. And if we run this again, you will get we just got Ted right there. So if we do something like we only put Billy in there, we'll get Billy. Now that's it for really basic RxJava.